Let's talk about uranium and Uranium Explorers. Why are the stocks not moving? When will the next bull run in Uranium Explorers start? Where, let's face it, the stocks will go up. Multi-baggers, 10-baggers, it'll happen. But when will it happen? What do we need to pay attention to? Welcome to Hot Trades of the Day, your swing trading show for crypto stocks and commodities. My name is Danny Wilhelmi, head of trading here at Bull Markets Lifestyle. But besides swing trading, I also like to invest long term in some of the big growth stories. I love the Wayne Gretzky quote, "You don't need to go where the puck is, you need to go where the puck will be." That's where I made my money in the market over now 25 years. I was around for the last big commodity cycle and the last big uranium bull run. And that's important to understand. Okay, you guys can listen to all the young 20, 25-year-old financial stock market experts for uranium and commodities. Okay, good luck with that, because they have never done a commodity bull market, a super cycle, especially uranium bull run, real life. I'm sure they read all the articles about it and they thought about it, they watched the videos and they looked at the charts, and that's all cute. But until you're in the middle, until you're in the foxhole, when all this happens, you don't really know what's going on. So I'm not a geologist. I don't claim to be the greatest uranium expert. I'm not crawling around Wyoming, sticking my finger into the ground, going, "Oh yeah, that's a great uranium deposit we have right here for in situ. Fantastic." All right, that's not my expertise. Now, I know more about uranium than 90% of the people in the markets that I know, but I don't claim to be a super expert on the deposits, on the projects of all the miners. But what I do know is how the uranium bull market will develop in the coming years in the stock market, because I was around for the last one. So let's jump right into it. So let's start this way. This is the chart of Cameco since 2020. Beautiful uptrend, almost at the all-time highs. This is the chart of NexGen Energy since 2020. Beautiful uptrend, close to the all-time highs. This is the chart of Uranium Energy. Beautiful uptrend, close to the all-time highs. Now, let's take a look at some of the explorers since 2020, or when they came to the market. Lost money. Thor Energy, Australian company. Dope name, I give them that. Lost money at the same time. GTI Energy, that stock's not even a penny. That's like a cryptocurrency. Basically lost money. Basin Energy, almost, what is this? Like 70% down since it became public. Strathmore Plus Uranium. Okay, this one did work. This one is about a double in the past 4 or 5 years since 2020. So, what does this tell us? This tells us that the market right now, that the action right now is in the producers. Look at this. Even Your Energy, which is smaller, about 400 million market cap company and smaller production, even they are up close to 3x since 2020. This is what's working. The explorers are not working. Why is this? Well, you need to understand that bringing a uranium mine into production is one of the hardest things to do in all of the commodity space. It has the longest time from discovery to permits to starting the mine in the commodity sector. It's about 10 to 15 years. Now, I expect this to change significantly in the US. Canada, we'll see with that government. But I'll expect it to change. But even if we would say we cut it in half because they're going to speed up the permitting process, we're still talking about 7.5 years. So if we have a grassroots explorer company, which most explorer companies are, so which means they have some land, they maybe have some historical data and a couple of drill holes, they will need at least 7.5 to 10 years to bring this mine in production. And that's why the uranium explorers are not working. It's too far out. It's also too far out on the risk curve, right? Uranium explorers are the most risky thing that we have in the uranium sector. That's one of the reasons why the institutional money, I showed it to you on the last video, you can click the link here and watch it. The institutional investors right now, they're investing in the utility companies and in the construction companies. Why? A, because these companies have bigger market caps, they're liquid, they can invest in them, but also because they have lower risk. And this is the big difference that the retail investors don't understand. The professionals are looking at the uranium market and they see what's coming. They see what you and I know is also coming, right? We're going to get a major uranium bull market, a major bull market for nuclear energy. And they say, I'm going to make enough money in this. I don't need to go to the riskiest side of this trade, which is the uranium explorers. I'm fine going with the lowest risk trade, which is the utilities and the construction companies. Because the upside is so big, I'll make enough money. Now, we see this with Cameco as well. Cameco is the biggest uranium company in the world. This is a liquid stock for the institutional investors, and we see close to all-time highs. So that's one where they can invest. That's what they do. Now, let's go back to the retail investors. Uranium explorers, I usually have market caps under 50 mil. No institutional investors. Maybe some specialty funds, but that's it, right? Some high net worth individuals or some seed investors or venture or something that gonna jump in, commodity experts. But this is 90% retail driven. What do we know about retail investors? I know you hate it to hear it, but it's true. They're always last. That's why I always pick the riskiest trades, right? If you're first, like the institutional investors are now, and that you and me are now on the nuclear trade, we don't need to go to the riskiest side to make money. The people that are late need to go to the riskiest side of this trade to make money. We can just buy some explorers at some point as a great chance to make an extra profit, but not as a core investment in this sector. So if we know that we need retail investors to talk about uranium, to jump on the uranium bandwagon, to move the explorer prices, what does that mean? That means we need hype. To get hype, we need a uranium price over $100 per pound. That's when they start talking about it on CNBC. That's when you start hearing about it in the Reddit forums and everything. We also need acquisition fantasy in the market. 95% of the uranium explorers will never go into production. Okay? That's why you lose so much money with them. Their goal is either to pump up the stock for shady managements and promoters to cash out and make a lot of money, or to get acquired and make some money for themselves and for shareholders that way, which option B, completely fine and reasonable. But that also means that we need this in the market, and right now we don't have it. Why don't we have it? Well, because the big companies are all focused on improving their production. They're not interested right now in increasing their reserves because, as you see now here with Cameco, with NexGen Energy, with Uranium Energy, compared to Basin Uranium, Thor, again, dope name, or this GTI Energy, the market is not rewarding increasing uranium reserves in the ground. It's rewarding production. So that's what they are working on. That's what we need to have. Right now, we're about at 82 bucks. We're going up a little bit. In the spot price of uranium, still a far way to go. I would assume if we go over 90 and have several months of upticks in the uranium price, seeing a pattern, then the explorers will start to work. Until then, I suggest you focus on smaller uranium producers in the US and Canada and Australia. There are not many of them around, which is good because that means that the money will cramp into those. And if you can be first on short-term weakness, that's a beautiful buying opportunity because those companies will have the best news flow and they will have the news flow that the market wants. Sorry about that, to see right now. That's it for today. Talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.